People have to understand that good and evil are simply concepts of our mind, and good doesn't always mean good, and bad doesn't always mean bad. For example, look at Pablo Escobar, right? Mm, wait, guy changed the world with drugs, right? And he killed people, and he made people addicts, and just did so because, well, he had his reasons, right? And he made a shitload of money. And most people, as who are not young men, believe that, well, that's awful and that's understandable. But we have to understand that each and every body of us has an incarnation in this world. Is an incarnation. We have a reason to be here. All right? Each and every body of us. And we cannot point fingers at other people's lives and behaviors, and tell them, oh, they are bad, what they're doing is not good. Because the concept of good and evil is something the creator of this realm intended to have. This is why there's night and day, and this is why there's ebb and flow, and this is why everything, most of the things we throw up in the air come back down. There's an underlying principle of polarities to everything, all right? Because if there wouldn't be polarities, there wouldn't be balance. And balance is key to everything, all right? So it's very easy for us to point at bad people and tell them, "Hmm, they are bad people." But listen, the universe talks in frequencies and vibrations and whatever, all right? So how can it be that people like, let's stick to Pablo Escobar, are very successful and make an impact in this world in a lot of money and most likely not all the time, but essentially he had a good life for himself. How? Why? Isn't that unfair? No, it's not. It's not because that was his incarnation. And since he was aligned with what he was doing and he was aligned with what he was here to do, his frequency was fine on the inside. He felt good with himself on the inside. And this is how everything works in this life nowadays. If you feel good, like honestly good with what you are doing in this world, well, this is why you are supposed to be here. And this is what you should do. For example, my last job, I wasn't aligned with it. I just did it because, well, I made a lot of money. I had some business for cryptocurrencies, right? And I was working a long time with it. And I wasn't aligned at all. My life was, well, I'm, again, good money, some good experiences. But I felt like a slave to my computer most of the time. On the other hand, there might be some crypto dudes who do the same stuff and they feel super aligned and they feel good doing so. And this is not essentially about good and bad, but just letting you know that if you do something that makes you feel good on the inside, and other people might consider this good or bad, it doesn't matter because fuck it's off. You're here for a reason. And you have to understand those natural laws. Because the universe doesn't understand you speaking in words. It's like when you speak in words, but your actions and on the inside say something else, the words don't matter. The words don't matter, the action matters, the inside matters, the frequency, the vibration matters. This is what it's all about. Alright? And you have to understand that yes, bad things and bad people are part of life. They're just as much a part of life like good people. But we prefer to only have the good things because we don't understand those natural laws. those principles. We don't understand it. Let me give you an example. If we would eliminate just thought experiment, all right? Hmm? If we would eliminate all the bad people in this world, all right? Give me a second. You know what would happen naturally? Then we have all the good people. Inside of the camp of only the good people, they would split because this is just what naturally happens. And then we have a good and bad side again, pointing fingers at each other because collectively we didn't understand that. Yeah, there has to be this balance. There has to be this yin and yang. It's always like so. Mm. And the earlier you understand this concept, and the earlier you comply, because you cannot rebel against universal laws. I'm a rebel myself. I live my life how I want it to live, right? And especially not by some governmental rules that don't make sense to me. It's like I do whatever the fuck I want, as long as I don't hurt anybody else and whatever. You get me? But those laws, well, you can try to deny them, but they they're king. They will rule upon us. Let me give you another example. This is a harsh one. What is more innocent and pure than a baby? Nothing, right? Mm? If a newborn baby touches an electric current, electric outlet, whatever, does the universe think to himself, oh, no? No, there's no balancing to pure and good and whatever. The universal laws are always in effect, all right? And it's not just raining on the bad people, it's raining on everybody. That means that pure and that evil, that good and that dirty, all of that have to exist. And all of that get the same balancing. And don't believe, well, I believe in good deeds, just I believe in being a good person, doing good to the world and to the people around me and helping as I can and whenever. Okay, this is just my thing. But I don't believe that I can stack good deeds and then get more points on my karma bank account will grant me a better life. No, this is not how it works because you see so many people, for example, they work in churches or whatever, they do all the good deeds, but they still have a life that's messed up. Why? Because the inside is messed up. This is where it's all starting. This is where it's all starting. If you send out something from your inside, this is how you speak to the universe, to God, to whatever, and this is what will be reflected to you. Mm. This is very philosophical and goes into the realm of metaphysics and whatever. Sorry. But this is essentially something people have to understand. If you understand this for yourself, if you understand that good and evil are just a concept and they have to exist, if you understand that doing good deeds is good for society, amazing. I do so, you should do so, everybody should do so. Love your next one. Good things, but don't let them run over you, right? Boundaries. Mm. Yeah, that's amazing. All right? But don't fall for the trap of, no, I do good things, get good things back. No. If you feel good on the inside, like honestly good with what you're doing, then you're aligned. When you are aligned, you vibrate differently. You send out a different frequency, a good frequency. And then life will mirror that and will magnify that and will give exactly those things back to you. And then stuff will multiply and you feel better and you feel better. Stuff stacks, stuff stacks, stuff stacks. Then of course bad days come. You made 10 steps forward and then you fall 3 back. Okay, that's fine. That's normal. That's completely normal. But then you go forward again and again and again. And for example, those people that do a lot of good deeds, but feel bad on the inside. Oh, my life is so hard. Those are the things. The thoughts, your energy, your emotion, everything you have on the inside. Again, I know I repeat myself, will be reflected back to you. If you dwell in the past, yeah, playing the victim because so many bad things happen to you, and you constantly go back there, you constantly reminisce, you constantly think back of all the bad things that happened to you, you bring yourself back in that state. And like so, you bring all the bad energy into the now. When you feel bad in the now, this is what you send out, and this is what will be reflected back to you. But if you learn how to alchemize those bad feelings, the old alchemists from back in the days, it said that they turned lead into gold, which should be seen metaphorically, in my opinion. Wait. Turning something that is not of worth into something that has a lot of worth. For example, bad feelings into good feelings. We can do that on the inside as well. For example, through breath work, when we don't feel good with ourselves. Ah, little hack for you. You can use an AI of your choice for that. Find the bad feeling you're dwelling upon every once in a while, and then search the opposite of it. And when you have the opposite of the feeling of the bad feeling that you feel at the moment, it's just like turning the knob in the shower when cold is here and hot is here, right? But you can just turn the bad thing to the good thing if it's on the same line. For example, love and hate, right? This works. It is very close to each other actually. If you ever perceived by watching others, or you have been in a situation of an awful relationship, you know how close love and hate are actually to each other, right? This is and since it's on the same line, just on the other end, you can you can change this feeling, right? And this is some alchemical process on the inside, and every human being can do that with a bit of awareness and working on oneself, knowing oneself, know thyself. This stuff, for example, works, right? And there's a lot more to that. But I would just leave you with that. I don't want to make this video unnecessarily long. I just had this divine download now, and I want to honor it. This is why I make this video. Yeah, so essentially, what you have on the inside all the time, and you have to be aware of yourself, because I speak to people about that a lot, and most people don't listen to me. And most people don't want to listen. They want to continue being where they are, how they are, okay? I will not brute force my way into their brain just in order to show them they can change. They have their own destiny, and they will have their time to understand. But maybe with this video I will reach some people. So fuck, it's off. So again, I know I repeat myself, but repetition makes it stick, and maybe somebody sticks. Sorry, maybe somebody sticks until here. So what you feel consistently on your inside is what you send out. Universe, God, call it however you want to call it, understands exactly that. And this will be reflected back to you. Therefore, if you feel love, authenticity, happiness, gratefulness, all those good things on your inside, this is how you glow. All right? This is your energy, this is your vibration, this is your frequency, this is what you send out to the world. Hello, I am this. This is your invisible ID. Your vibration is your invisible ID. This is what you send out. And this is what will be reflected back to you. Situations that make you feel love, authenticity, gratefulness, it will come more. People happenings, just as all the things that you send out come back in various kinds of forms, people, situations, whatever, right? But again, on the other side, if you feel sadness because you live in the past, if you feel anxious because you don't control your mind, if you feel scared because you don't work on your fears, this is what you have on your inside. What you have on your inside is what you send out, and this will be reflected back to you. So there is no why is this always happening to me? It happened to you because you are who you are. There is no why are those people treating me like so? It happened to you because you are who you are. And this is the victim role. Yesterday I spoke to somebody like so, and he said exactly this. Why is this always happening to me? Because you are who you are. That's why. And I love my life nowadays. But more than 10 years ago, I've been literally homeless. I've been a drug addict. A homeless drug addict. I couldn't imagine my life, how I live it nowadays. But as I was like I've been, with the energy, the thoughts, the emotions on the inside that I had, this is what I sent out to the world. And the world, the universe, God was like, all right, I understand what you want. I will serve you. The universe is our humble servant. Even though it created us and everything we perceive, it speaks with us. It speaks in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. And when we say sadness, 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 unhappiness, 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 I'm depressed, I'm depressed, I'm depressed, I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life. So creator is like, oh, cool, okay. If this is what you want for your life, go for it. Here. You get more. Right? But if you feel good on yourself, like, nice, fuck yes. I wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, I have good thoughts about the world, about the people, about myself. I love myself. I'm amazing. I'm a genius. I'm so great, actually. I love me, right? And I mean it. It's not just hollow words. I mean every word. This is what comes back to me. Now going back to the beginning of the video, when people, for example, like Pablo Escobar, are aligned with themselves, he can feel good killing somebody. I know how sick it sounds, but this is his thing then. And since we need this balance in life of a lot of good people and a lot of bad people, the bad people, when they are aligned with themselves, they feel good on the inside. And therefore, they can have a successful life because they're aligned, they send out the right frequency comes back. Sounds unfair, but it's not. It's just that you have to understand the laws of the universe. I, for myself, figured for myself, I feel the best when I help people. I feel so good making people smile, making people feel good, listening to people's problems, solve their solution with them, and then I get a thank you in the end. I'm like, fuck yes. This is it. This is how I am aligned. All right? And yeah, this is what I'm doing in the Alchemy of Will, my coaching program. And it's essentially built on identity change, right? If your old identity still dwells on those negative things, when you find yourself spiraling, you find yourself trying something for 2 weeks, and then at day one again, and you try to go to the gym, you try to change yourself, you try to be the best version of yourself, and all of those things, you try, but you fail. Well, comes back to that. Change your identity to be aligned with who you are, and then everything else falls in place. There's no pressure. There's no I have to. There's no I should do. There's no, oh, no. No, 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 no. If you literally love yourself in your life, you align with who you are through a proper identity change, life is a breeze. That's it for today. You find the link for the Alchemy of Will below. Sign up for a call, talk to each other, and I'm 1000% certain I can help you. Stay strong. See you in the next one.